Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here, somewhere in South Carolina, and I'm on the road trying to get back to Las Vegas, but nonetheless, I wanted to go into this story with you guys because I think it's important. What does a monetary system need after months of shutdown, after absolute economic collapse? What does a monetary system need after printing insane amounts of money? What does a monetary system in the stock market need after being completely stifled and massive amounts of power being sent to central bankers? Well, war, of course, and you might remember, I know 2020 has been a little bit action-packed, but you might remember how 2020 begun. It begun basically with the threat of war with Iran. At that time, there was a killing of Soleimani. There's been a lot of retaliation. It's starting to pick up again recently, and it seems perfectly on time for the second shutdown. If that is not accepted by the public, which I hope to God it isn't, that's when we'll start to see the bullets fly. This whole year has been terrible for independent media because you can't talk about this kind of stuff. It started with possible war with Iran, with bombings around Erbil in Iraq over Soleimani, regarding troops that shouldn't have even been in that region in the first place. Always meddling, of course, then into coronavirus, then into riots, all of which the subject matter is not allowed on YouTube without being demonetized, censored, and shadow banned. So make sure to hit that like button, share on social media, and find us on flote.app as well as BitChute. Time to get off YouTube, folks. We are all ready to leave. Anyway, check those links below and join our new newsletter at IMMINENT.com. Let's go into this news. As the Zero Hedge article says, spate of random explosions at Iranian facilities are targeted sabotage. Intel sources. Oh, Intel sources, great. I'm sure they've got no agenda at all. As it says, Iran has made no secret in the last months of desiring to blow past Iranian enrichment caps set in place by the 2015 JCPOA. Top officials previously boasted of doing just that, so it's no mystery. What is a mystery, however, is that the latest increased number of random explosions and fires at remote Iranian countryside areas known for being weapons and nuclear development sites. For example, last week a massive explosion was observed lighting up the midnight sky outside Tehran, caught on film by local residents, which Iran's military dismissed as a gas leak explosion incident, but was later revealed to have occurred at a ballistic missile development facility. And just days ago, another reported accident occurred at Natanz nuclear complex, but that particular mystery blast caused Iranian officials to lash out in anger Thursday, saying hostile countries like the US and Israel are near the point of crossing red lines. Crucially, Iran also said there were no radioactive leaks as a result of the incident. Iran's Atomic Energy Organization ultimately denied that nuclear material was even present in the building. Last week, a similarly mysterious blast took out large parts of an Iranian military site outside Tehran. And it shows this tweet here from Raf Sanchez that says, satellite image shows aftermath of the explosion at Khojair missile base in Iran. One building completely destroyed and a large burn area. Iran claims a gas tank exploded near a military base. There's no sign of a gas tank here, and the blast is inside the base. So what are they saying? Are they saying that Iran's blowing up their own bases and blowing up their own facilities? Could it be tests gone wrong? Possibly. What if there's some sabotage involved? And adding to the article, it says, adding to the suspense of what could be behind these latest accidental blasts, an anonymous Middle Eastern intelligence official asserted that the Natanz facility was targeted with a bomb planted there. And I quote, the blast was caused by an explosive device planted inside the facility, the official told the New York Times. The official added that the bombing destroyed much of the above ground parts of the facility where near centrifuges are balanced before they are put into operation. Reports out of Iran state media also suggest a possible cyber attack, to which Tehran military officials say they'll respond if the attack did indeed originate from Iran's enemies. Interestingly, the New York Times went so far as to raise a question, even if in the form of doubts, of whether US-Israeli black ops targeting Iran, which go back to the start of Bush's so-called war on terror, could explain the rise in deeply suspicious and unexplained blasts and fires. As it says from the New York Times, it says, The timing was suspicious. A series of unexplained fires have broken out in recent days at other facilities related to the nuclear program. Still, experts noted that if the explosion was deliberately set, it showed none of the stealth and secrecy surrounding the complex cyber attacks by the United States and Israel that were first ordered by President George W. Bush towards the end of his term and then extended by President Barack Obama. I want to go into this a little bit, guys. Remember, the US government has been involved in sabotaging Iran for a long time, to say the least. I mean, keep in mind the Iranian missile coup, installing dictators, the Iranian hostage crisis, just one false flag after another. The Gulf of Oman incident, which happened, I believe, last year, which was completely fudged. They claimed Iran attacked all these tankers. It turns out even the tanker owners themselves said, no, it's a false flag. It was not Iran that did that. It was something completely different than what the media and the US government said. A completely different situation. And we've seen the US try to meddle in countries around the world, create problem, reaction, solution. Keep in mind, the US propped up Hitler against the communists. Then they propped up the communists, the USSR, against Hitler. And then they propped up the Mujahideen. They armed and funded them against the USSR, which later became Al-Qaeda. They armed and funded the Taliban. They armed and funded ISIS. They armed and funded the Muslim Brotherhood. So why would anyone be surprised that this time they might just be meddling a little bit? Now, that's not to say that Iran is a good country, like that it has a good government. There is no good government. But I have no doubts that there is meddling involved, of course, because after all of this is done, they got to keep the fear, they got to keep the chaos going. Order out of chaos, right? The second coronavirus, the riots and the divide come to a head, or maybe get more extreme, they bring in war. Let's just make people so uncomfortable, so mentally damaged from all of this and poor and subservient that they just fall on their knees and allow it to happen and do whatever they're told. It's really sick, it's really saddening. Millions of people died in Iraq, millions. They're using it as a battleground against Iran right now. They're telling people to go home. They said, we were here to spread democracy. Then Iran voted to kick the US out, and the US is like, nah, we're good. We're gonna stay here and keep bombing the safest parts of your country, like around Erbil and Iraqi Kurdistan, which is completely safe for tourists until recently. It's sickening, it's disgusting, it is, shall I say it? It's terrorism. Terrorism is enforcing an ideology via fear, utilizing fear. Then I guess you could say the government is a criminal organization, can't you? So, what do we do about it? Where do we go from here? That is the question. Well, I think you are the answer as free individuals. Don't allow the propaganda to sway people in that direction. I mean, keep in mind, we were out there saying the Syrian chemical gas attacks 2 years in a row were, false flag attacks. Ron Paul was on our show talking about that as well. We were called crazy. And then what happened? Oh, and we were shadow banned and we were attacked by YouTube. Then what happened? Documents came out showing that there is no evidence that Assad gassed his own people. None. The US government themselves said there was none. Then at the same time, the Afghanistan papers came out showing that the US basically completely lied about the intro into Afghanistan. Now, most of us knew that, but nonetheless, it was declassified. It was out there for everyone to see. How much more of this are we going to take? Millions of people have died. Who are the real terrorists? Who are the real terrorists? The ones that the US armed and funded? Or the US, who's arming and funding them and killing millions of people? Again, this video is going to get super shadow banned. It's going to get super censored. So make sure to share this on social media, get it around there. And again, join us on Flote and BitChute. We're not allowed to speak the truth anymore. And it's this old saying, truth is treason in the empire of lies. So we need you guys to help us any way you can. Check those links below. GoFundMe, Patreon, Subscribestar make a huge difference. We need to keep calling out these snakes, and they are. And they're the most dangerous of snakes. Utilizing the most dangerous of superstitions. The most dangerous religion on the planet. Government. Organized crime. And they're sacrificing you as pawns for the king and the queen. As I record this, it's July 4th, Independence Day, or what I would like to call Dependence Day. And I'm here at some random truck stop in South Carolina on my way through Georgia to probably stay in Alabama. And I'm trying to get back to Vegas. I don't have a home right now because I basically gave up all my finances so that I could keep talking about this stuff. Because if I don't talk about it, I can't sleep at night. I think it's important. I have a plan. I need to bring truth and information and the ideas of freedom to the public. And I will always continue. No one will ever stop me. They'll have to kill me. So here I am in South Carolina, heading back to Vegas. I don't have a home anymore. I've gotten rid of most of my possessions. I just have a vehicle. And I'm probably getting rid of that very soon. And I'll have no more bills left. So them using monetary terrorism against me, completely demonetizing me as they have on YouTube and shadow banning me, won't stop me from speaking out, even if it's on another site, and it will be on another site. We are moving by November 5th. Remember the 5th of November. I'm moving by November 5th, completely off of YouTube, only showing trailers to our full videos on YouTube. But I'm gonna be on Flote and BitChute and Library and Minds. Make sure to join me there. I'm on Hive and Steemit as well. It's all about getting the information out, folks. We gotta leave YouTube before YouTube leaves us. Anyway, check those links below, and please join our new newsletter at IMBanned.com, link below, IMBanned.com. We need you guys there. We need participation on that newsletter. It's really important. All you have to do is put in your email. It's not spammy. You'll get an email with our videos, and it just keeps you aware that we're posting. All you gotta do, it doesn't take any time. I really appreciate anything you guys can do to make that happen. Anyways, I appreciate everyone joining us today. And until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change. Like what you see here, don't forget to check the links below. GoFundMe, Patreon, Subscribe Star. We really can't do it without you. We've been so insanely shadow banned, about 90% at this point, and 95% demonetized. As Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube, comes in and says that she is shutting down quote-unquote controversial content and cutting out the views on this controversial content by 70%. She's been bragging about it. We need your help more than ever in this battle for truth in information. You guys are what keeps us alive, so we really appreciate just even $1 a month makes a huge difference. If everyone could give just $1 a month, we wouldn't even have to worry about competing against the mainstream propaganda networks. You can also donate to our Bitcoin address on the screen for you to scan if you please, as well as in the comments and description. Liking and sharing makes a big difference as well, and finding us on alternative social media platforms like flote.app, that's FLOTE.app, makes a huge difference. We're at Josh Sigurdson as well as at Wham. Flote is replacing Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Tumblr, Reddit, and Patreon all in one with encrypted private messaging, and of course monetization on videos for creators, live streams with super chats in crypto, and most of all, no algorithm, because at the end of the day, it's all about reach, guys. This is all about actually reaching people with the message and waking up the public. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, Minds, BitChute, all sorts of different platforms. Try to follow us on as many things as possible, because very soon this channel will very likely just be completely deleted from YouTube, and you'll never see us again, and you'll be stuck with only the mainstream networks. Also, come on out and see us at Anarcho Vegas 2020 in Las Vegas, Nevada in July, where such speakers such as G. Edward Griffin and many others will be speaking. You could use promo code WHAM on your VIP tickets and save 10%, as well as buy extremely cheap tickets for just $20.20. You won't find a cheaper conference than this with such amazing names. Check anarchovegas.com for more information on that. We hope to see you out there. And anyway, I really appreciate all of you guys joining us. You make it possible for us to survive in this volatile, propagandized climate. Until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.
I'm sure you have already changed people's minds in your young age because you're involved, and I like that.